Hello everybody, NGS here and welcome back to Symphogear G. Symphogear Season 2, Episode 2. We're finally here. And, it's hard to predict where exactly it's gonna go. I mean, maybe not exactly that hard to be perfectly honest, but it's hard to predict the specifics because, well, we are only just starting. One thing for sure is that the person who appeared in the previous episode and introduced herself as Finé is most probably not Finé. How does she know? Her and her mother, apparently. How do they know about Finé? Where did the idea of, announcing herself as Finé, where did it come from? How is she able to use Gangnir? Nega Gangnir, Dark Gangnir, whatever you want to call it. I still think it's some sort of a fake relic, synthetic relic. Maybe her mother is or was a researcher working on the Symphogear program, but something happened that made her gain some motivation that made her into a probably villain. Something like with Chris, where she was motivated by the desire to stop any and all fights. Right? If she gets rid of everybody who's capable of fighting, then nobody would fight. There would be no wars. There would be peace on Earth. I have a feeling that the mother and the Finé are both motivated by something like that. Then again, didn't Finé just proclaim that she wants to rule the world? That's not something you do if you have good intentions executed in a villainous way. That's something you do if you really want to rule the world. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Or maybe she is Finé. Although, no, I doubt it. The demeanor isn't right. Finé is very, very haughty, and she's not, she's not so boisterous. Finé works in the shadows, slowly working on her plan, and that's not what she's doing here. She just came to the stage and proclaims, "Hey, yo, I'm Finé, I want to rule the world." That's not Finé's modus operandi. Ah. Now, we did see some scenes from the past in black and white, something in a lab when someone was dying from Symphogear usage, probably. So maybe Finé did awaken in her back then because she's of the same bloodline and she experienced the Auwachen waveform, but her demeanor and her modus operandi still make me think that she's just faking it. I just don't know for what reason. And that's gonna be interesting to see. So, I guess let's not prolong it any further because there isn't much to predict and there isn't much more to say about the last episode, except that hey, Chris is finally officially with us, so that's cool. I always love it when a villain goes to the light side eventually, and Chris is a great asset to our team. So, I'm gonna give you guys your subs, myself the sound, and I need to position myself well so that I can later cut out my face for the thumbnail. And autofocus. Good enough. So, episode 2 of season 2 of Symphogear with subs by D-Track, as always, is going to be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that's the Gungnir song. And the Gungnir transformation. Except black. It's either an artificial relic or they have a relic that can mimic other relics. That's also a possibility. Ooh, we finally get to see the OP. Symphogear G. In the distance that day when the star became music. Ooh, I love it. I love the visuals. I have no clue what those references in the background are, but like the first user of a given relic, maybe the original one. That would be my guess. Oh, black Symphogear users. Right, the embryo thing. I think that might be what creates those artificial Symphogears. Also, I can already see what we're going for in this season. Uh, the trio of protagonists versus the trio of antagonists. Chris has her negative counterpart, Tsubasa has her negative counterpart, Hibiki has her negative counterpart, and they have to face their own opposites. That kind of a deal. He doesn't give a fuck, does he? Relic Research Facility in America. Finé. Okay, I like this dude. Ara Ara. Ah, of course. Of course, she's fueled by good intentions. I mean, quote unquote good intentions. I will rule the world to make it a paradise is never a good sign. Yeah, you're gonna henshin right there on stage. So, you want her to sing an anime opening to make everybody happy, or what's her plan here? She wants to fight you. Okay, two more users. The ones we've seen in the opening, right? The one that looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card with the pointy hat. What's that Yu-Gi-Oh card that has the pointy hat? Something something wizard, I think. I don't know. I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh. I've seen a few episodes as a kid, and that's it. I like the music. I really like the music here. In the previous season, not gonna lie, the soundtrack outside of like the character songs was kind of forgettable. This I'm really jamming to. Literally. Hmm. Who's gonna attack him? Oh, the other two Gia users? The bulk and skull of this season? They're gonna join us eventually, aren't they? They're absolutely joining us. They're not gonna stay villains for long. They're probably being deceived into being the villains or something. That's a nice shot. Something like, I lost my home and now I will conquer the world to ensure that nobody will have to go through what I went through. Right? Something like that? Uh, Girl, you're using a Symphogear. That fight isn't fair. Cut the broadcast. Fly in there on Chris's rocket. Well, ooh, she's gonna save her, isn't she? Or she's gonna sing. Right in time! Okay, someone cut the transmission. Ogawa? Habakiri? No. Habaki to. Maybe it's pronunciation, but that doesn't sound like Ame no Habakiri, what she sings. Oh well, doesn't matter, really. It really doesn't. I love the transformation sequence. I love how much more elaborate it is compared to last season. Also, did her Symphogear change? I think it looks different now. A little bit, ever so slightly. The color of her leg blades mostly. And she also gets a new song. Yep, Ogawa. Eh, I don't know. A hero and a pop idol? I mean, that's a great combination, isn't it? Think of the, promotion you can do. She freed some time fighting the noise to sing for you guys. You should be grateful. I love her cape. Except she doesn't fight as if it was Gangnir. She doesn't have the spear, and she mostly uses her cloak, her cape, not her fists. Also, she doesn't sing. Neither does Tsubasa. Okay, now she does. Spin to win? Both can play at this game. Balkan Skull? Yep. 100 rebirths alpha style. Here comes the pointy hat. Kill just whatever. Hibiki, Chris? Anytime now. Any minute. Three v three. Yep, 3v3. Billion Maiden. Oh, her cape really is multi-purpose. Here comes the true Gangnir. Yep, it's a 3v3. I mean, Hibiki isn't wrong here. It's them that are just spouting bullshit, honestly. Oh, twin tail disc launchers? That's an interesting weapon, not gonna lie. Weaponized twin tails. She's a real battle tsundere, isn't she? I mean, personality-wise, she's more like a kudere, but twin-tail buzzsaws. Twin-tail buzzsaws. What's your goal? Why do you need so much phonic gain? An artificial noise? That's my assumption. Okay, so she can summon Gangnir. Yeah. Okay. When you destroy this big noise, it spawns a lot of small noise. Yep. Okay, gotcha. And they replicate infinitely. Yep. I mean, yeah, that's easy to say, but you need to vaporize them in one go. Combination attack? Is it something like one of them sings the suicide song, but the damage is split across all three of them? I think that might be the case. They share the brunt of the suicide song, and that means none of them will actually die of it. They'll probably get hurt, sure, but it won't be deadly. How nice of the noise to give them the time to sing it, though. Right? The noise is very polite. Superb song! Or is it that Hibiki, being a fusion of a human and a relic, is what allows them to use the superb song? Right, and the whole thing with her being able to join arms. Okay, so she takes on the damage of all three superb songs, not the other way around. Interesting. Oh? Oh? All the power amassing in her fist? Is it gonna be a blast or is it gonna be a punch? I hope it's a punch. It is a punch. Thank you. Keep Hibiki a brawler, please. Oh, that's hype. On one hand, it's hype. On the other, it kinda diminishes the meaning of a superb song a little bit. Okay, so she used the phonic gain of their combined superb song to awaken that embryo-looking thing. That was the plan. Have them fight, have them use their powers to awaken the embryo. And their combined attack, their superb song, triple superb song, was enough to awaken that embryo. But what the fuck is it, though? Hibiki's past? We don't know anything about Hibiki's past, do we? And who are you? Oh, it's the doctor! Oh, so the doctor is also evil. Cool. Okay. Okay. I think I might have a vague idea where they're going with this season. Certainly going for the 3v3. That much is sure. Right, while I still have your attention and while we're watching the ED, episode 3 should already be up on Patreon. Or if it's not already up, it should be up shortly. So if you can't wait to see the next one, head over there, link in the description, and you can watch it early. I need to start plugging my stuff before people lose interest with the video. Doing that at the end is the quote-unquote ethical thing to do, but not the effective thing to do. Okay, that's it. No after credits scene. Sure. Sure, okay, let's go through it again. Cable. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's not what I want. Yes, I'm watching Gamer Zach's playthrough of Pharaoh. Okay. Okay. Whew. That blunder aside, let's go through this episode again, as I already said. OP. I like this comic style. Yeah, I really like it. Black hand and white hand reaching towards each other, but away from each other. But ultimately, they grasp and they merge. That tells me our team and the evil team are gonna join forces eventually. I mean, that's a given. That's absolutely a given. Question is, will she also join us, or will the evil team stand against their mom? She's an interesting character. I can't quite get a read on her. But it does feel to me like she will eventually have a falling out with her Symphogear trio. She's very much a Finé to the three of them Chris's. Right? The three of them are Chris and she's the Finé. They're working together because she's somehow deceiving them, or maybe they started working towards some actually good goal to make the world a better place, but strayed from the path. That's the feeling I have. Incident at a relic research facility in America. The name. The relics were stolen. Uh, well, we know that Gungnir probably wasn't stolen unless it was retrieved. Some shard of Gungnir was retrieved from the arena after the fight there, after Kana sacrificed herself. There were more shards of Gungnir laying around, and the Americans got their hand on one of those shards somehow. Another possibility, and I think I'm more leaning towards that, is that her relic isn't really Gungnir. It's a relic that can somehow mimic other relics. Interesting. She doesn't fight using Gungnir. She fights using her cloak. Mostly. Yeah. She's not a brawler, not a pure brawler like Hibiki is. She didn't summon her armed gear until the very end. It's Gungnir, but not in some way. Whether it's because it's synthetic or created by that embryo, or it's not Gungnir at all, or it's some different shard of Gungnir, so it has different capabilities, but it's not the same Gungnir that Hibiki has. That much is for sure. Maybe Hibiki cannot use her armed gear because what was embedded in her was part of the armor, and she's wielding a part of the Gungnir, the spear, the armed gear. That's why she can use it. That would be another explanation, I guess. Care to explain yourself? That's another thing that tells me they might eventually have a falling out. Maria is very much like, I'm the star of this stage, and she wants to fight fair and square. She doesn't want to use underhanded tactics. She doesn't use to keep hostages. She didn't want Tsubasa to fall to the noise, right? She was panicked when she was falling there to her death, and I I actually believe that if Tsubasa didn't sing her song, if she didn't transform, Maria would rescue her. I believe that she would. She has that honor to her. She wants to fight, yes, but there are rules to a fight, no underhanded tactics. Meanwhile, the mom is very much for underhanded tactics. If we need to summon some noise to kill some people, fuck them people. If it brings us closer to our goal, let's stain our hands with blood. I'll do anything to achieve my goal. Yeah, I very much have the feeling that they will have a falling out eventually. The mother will turn into some Lovecraftian monster the way Finé turned into, and the six of them will have to fight her. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. For now, at least. We don't know what that embryo-looking thing is. Huh. Is it just a relic? The way Durandal is a relic? In that it doesn't it doesn't create a Symphogear. It's just a weapon or a tool of sorts? Or is it actually a Symphogear class relic that can turn Mom into a Symphogear user? Also, another prediction of mine. Actually, I'm gonna start noting them down. Okay, Mom turns into a monster. The six of them have to fight it. That's one prediction. And the other prediction, that's Tokyo 24 coup prediction. G. Another prediction, what was it? Fuck, I forgot. Right, another prediction. We will see some episodes where our evil trio is just hanging around like normal people. They're just going to a karaoke, they're going to watch some movies, they're going for an ice cream, something like that. The evil three hangs around. Okay. Because they do feel they are the not villains, they are the antagonists of the show. But the show creators are making strides, are really putting effort into humanizing them. Right? They don't just appear and fight our main trio. No, they are shown here. Two just random girls with funny, quirky personalities and cute voices and whatnot. And this one is very flustered and panicking. The other one is very kudere, but you know that if you say the right thing, she's gonna blush and look all cute and maybe slap your arm, you know? You know the type. I thought for a moment that the recording stopped, but no, it didn't, thankfully. Yeah, they are characters first, antagonists second. We did the same thing with Maria, right? She was shown as the pop star first, and having decent relationship with Tsubasa, but then she became the antagonist. But even as an antagonist, she has her honor. Where was it? Where was it when Maria was all panicked? I think it was earlier. Yep. Don't stray from the plan. What are you doing? It wasn't meant to go this way. I don't want to kill you. You weren't meant to die there. You were meant to fight me. I don't want to kill you. Right? That's this moment, essentially. She has a plan, and that plan involved fighting Tsubasa, but it didn't involve killing her. And the plan seems to be that they need phonic gain to awaken that embryo thing. Also, I like how even her crystal transforms. That's a very elaborate transformation scene. Also, yeah, her color scheme is ever so slightly different. She was mostly sky blue, the way her shoes are, especially her ankle blades were sky blue. Now they are much more vibrant blue. There's much more vibrant blue in her armor right now. Right? Those blue stripes used to be sky blue, and now they are vibrant blue. And she's happy. She's happy that Tsubasa fought her way out. Because that's what she wants. She wants to fight. She doesn't want to win, she wants to fight. That's the vibe I'm getting. Spear that can pierce anything. Still need another 78%. To awaken the embryo. Here's the Twin Tails Basso girl. Who came up with this shit? Who came up with this? I mean, okay, the creators of this show created ankle blades. So I guess Twin Tail Basso launchers aren't that far from it. Yeah, she has the pointy hat. I need to look it up. Who's the Yu-Gi-Oh character with pointy hat? Yu-Gi-Oh pointy hat. No, it just shows me... Oh, yeah. Dark Magician. Yeah, she reminds me of Dark Magician. Or... No, Black Magician. Or was there some character with, like, angular pointy hat? Yeah, Black Magician. Dark Magician has, like, a sideways going horn, and Black Magician has, like, a forward looking horn. So, yeah, more of a Black Magician, I guess. And yeah, it's a 3v3. Okay. What is it that they're saying? There are too many hypocrites like you in this world. That's why I will cut the world to pieces. She continues singing. That's so fucking ridiculous. Okay, so she was hurt by hypocrites somehow. I believe that it's very much the case of Chris Finé relationship. The three of them were hurt somehow by the world. The mom took them in, so now they are loyal to the mom, despite what her plans are. Eventually, they will notice that their mom is evil, and they will join forces with our main trio, because they will learn that not everybody is a hypocrite. Some people are good people, and they are willing to help you, and they are willing to be friends, yada yada yada. You know how it goes. Gamma style infinite fire wheels. Those are the patterns of all the 6 Symphogears. On the left, Hibiki Tsubasa Chris. On the right, Twin Tails, Pointy Hat, Maria, I think? Maybe. If so, then the pattern of Gungnir is very different from patterns of other Symphogears, which again tells me that the black Gungnir isn't Gungnir. Or maybe it's just some bullshit graphs that bear absolutely no significance. That's also a possibility. And yeah, she can use her armed gear. Our superb songs. I initially thought that thanks to Hibiki having the ability to like join other people, grab their hands and whatnot, they will be able to sing one superb song, for example, Hibiki's superb song, but the damage will be spread across all three of them. Therefore, they would be able to use a superb song like 3 times in a row before they are put in a deathly danger. But it seems it's the other way around. The 3 superb songs all harmonize through Hibiki, and Hibiki takes all of the damage. Which makes sense since she's a combination of a human and a relic. Which means she can withstand those songs, because we need to remember that the more synchronized you are with your Symphogear, the less damage you take from the superb song. Kanade died because she forcibly synchronized herself. Meanwhile, Tsubasa was in a grave danger but didn't die because she's a natural at being a Symphogear user. Hibiki is as synchronized with a Symphogear as she possibly can. She is part Symphogear, which means that the damage to her will be minimal. I love how over the top is this attack. This rainbow aura and all those bits and pieces of her armor opening up, exposing like glowing vents. Here's some glow, here's some glow. Even her head thingies are opening up. Her fists merge. Two punches and a single arm. And it also transforms further. Just unfolds, unfurls all of the power of 3 superb songs converges into her fist. The spinny thing starts spinning. And here comes the ultimate attack. The superb fist song punch of Rainbow. Punch, then the thing unfolds and grabs the noise, spins around. The spring-loaded thing is released, and the punch goes full on, fully through, and the noise is dead. The embryo is complete. But what is it, though? We haven't heard the name of it, did we? If we did, if we knew the name of it, I'd be able to like look it up in Sumerian or Babylonian mythology, and I would have an idea of what it is, but alas. And yeah, there's absolutely no damage to Hibiki after taking the brunt of 3 superb songs. Which is why I'm having a bit of mixed feeling about it. About this attack. On one hand, it was cool. Like, don't get me wrong, it was absolutely dope, it was absolutely hype. But on the other hand, one, it came completely out of nowhere. We know that they've been apparently trying to create it, training it, but we weren't shown anything like that. It came completely out of nowhere. It wasn't a spirit of the moment kind of thing where they're like, oh no, we're all beat, what can we do? I will sing our all three superb songs. Remember what Ryoko-san told me? That I might be able to withstand it. No, Hibiki, you mustn't risk your life. No, I have to. You know, that kind of moment. It would be better. But we are told that they've been perfecting it for the past, what was it, 3 months or so? But we weren't shown them perfecting it. And it came just completely out of the blue, completely out of the ass. So that's not great. Another not great thing about it is it completely cheapens the superb song. Right? Completely and utterly cheapens it. Unless it's Chris or Tsubasa that have to sing their own superb song individually, sure, that will put them in grave danger, but as long as Hibiki is there, they can just keep spamming the superb song without any repercussions. Instead of, transforming, instead of henshining, just have Hibiki henshin, grab her hand and sing, and Hibiki becomes a superb song canon and everybody dies. All the noise dies, is destroyed, and everybody lives happily ever after. Which also, yeah, that's another thing about it. The superb song is the ultimate weapon against the noise, right? It can wipe out noise en masse. Now it can be used without any repercussions. So, if they keep using it, it will completely cheapen any fights. Because if they can just use the superb song and wipe out all the noise in the area, there's no tension left. But now that they've shown it to us, and they've shown us that neither Chris, nor Tsubasa, nor Hibiki suffered any consequences, none of them are hurt if they don't use this triple superb song anymore, or leave it only for the finale, that's gonna also leave a bad taste in my mouth, because what would be the reason to not use it besides purely story reason of let's not use our most powerful weapon all the time? Right? Logically, there's no reason why they wouldn't be using it in every single fight. Just swoop in, sing the song, destroy all the noise, and move out. No need to fight. So if they don't use it, then why? Makes no sense. It breaks immersion. That's why I don't like it when shows introduce Deus Ex Machina things into a non-Deus Ex Machina universe, and they introduce it without any downsides. Right? If your entire show is built around the idea of Mary Sue Deus Ex Machina kind of thing, like, say, Overlord, then it's fine, because they keep using those overpowered things, and the main drive of the show becomes what sort of overpowered attack will they use now? You're at no point are you ever afraid about the safety of the main characters. You're just watching it for the hype of seeing some cool attacks wipe out thousands of enemies. But if you have a show that isn't built around the idea of how cool is it to see Ainz just summon the young ones, it's built around the strife and the fight and the damage and whatnot, and you do introduce a superb attack like this, and it doesn't have any repercussions whatsoever, it breaks power scaling. And any attempts to not use it can only be seen as the creators of the show saying, "Oh shit, we created this super powerful attack, but we can't use it, or it's gonna eliminate all the suspension. So I guess we can't use it now, right?" Maybe there is a downside to it. Something like Hibiki's fusion with the relic progresses every time she sings a superb song, and it's undesirable for some reason. But unless a significant downside to this attack is shown, using it will be bullshit, and not using it will be even bigger bullshit. Now, I want to have trust in the writers of this show. They haven't failed me yet. The pacing has always been good, everything always had a clear explanation. But it feels to me like this is something they will have issues writing themselves out of. I'm afraid, ever so slightly. Ever so slightly I am. And here's the doctor with the staff of whatever. I already forgot what the staff is called. Not Nehushtan. Nehushtan was the armor. And the doctor can summon the noise and control it. Question. Is the doctor allied with the mother, or is he a third party in all of this? Is it possible that the mother and her daughters, quote unquote, and Genjuro and his team will ally against the doctor? That's another possibility. Also, those shapes are interesting. We've seen them on the display in Mother's control center. It's a cool ED, although, to be perfectly honest with you, I prefer the first ED. Okay, there we go. There we go, that was episode 2. That was episode 2 of Symphogear G. Symphogear. I guess that's a cool name for it. It's still fairly hard to predict where exactly it's gonna go. I can predict what tropes will be shown, what are the possibilities, but I'm still unsure about a lot of things here, mainly about the whole embryo looking thing. I have no idea what it is. Absolutely zero clue. Although, I don't think any relics we've been shown so far had even remotely organic look, right? Like Durandal was just a sword. Nehushtan was a weird sculpture thing. The staff of whatever is a staff-looking thing. This embryo looks, as I mentioned, like an embryo, like a cocoon of something, like a Pokemon. It looks alive, it looks like a creature. Which is interesting. Could it be that it is a creature that needed phonic gain to grow up, to awaken and grow up into some sort of a kaiju? Another mystery is still the Black Gangnir. Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Especially since the other two Black Symphogear users aren't using black versions of an existing Symphogear. Each of them uses their own. It's not like one of them uses black ame no habakiri and the other uses black, whatever the name of Chris's relic is. They use their own distinct, unique relics. It's just Maria that uses black Gangnir. Which I guess kind of throws my idea of Symphogear mimics or Symphogear, artificial Symphogear out of the window. Because if Maria would use that copy of Gangnir, why don't the other two use copies of existing Symphogears? It makes me think that she is actually in possession of another shard of Gangnir. I think that's it. I think that might be it. Yet another question. What is the motivation and the end goal of everybody involved? Of Mother and all three of them? We know that the three Black Symphogear users were wronged by the world somehow and are simply, misdirected into villainy for a promise of making the world a better place. That's very much the vibe I'm getting. But what's the end goal of Mother? To rule the world? That's too simple. She has to have something else in mind. What's the goal of the Doctor? Is he aligned with Mother? If he's not, then how can Mother control the noise? Are they not noise? Are they something else? Some artificial noise? Or did she find another way of controlling the noise? A lot of questions, still not many answers. And that's fine. As long as the answers come eventually, which I have full trust that they will, it's okay. As long as answers aren't being completely withheld from us, like it was with what was it called? The gacha-based, song-based anime. Fuck, I forgot. I already forgot what was called. Let me look it up real quick. Attack of Destiny. I don't need to look it up. I remember. Kind of like Attack of Destiny, right? It kept building questions and questions and mysteries and answered none. As long as Symphogear Season 2 doesn't go that way, I'm fine with getting questions. But I also need answers. And I need them stat. Yeah, I think that's all I have. All we need to do now is just wait for episode 3. And hopefully at least some things will become clearer by then. The battle is done. So now we will have an episode of downtime. An episode of analyzing what happened. An episode of thinking, of wondering, of Genjiro finding out some details, of someone else finding out some details, some more insight into Mother's team, probably, some more insight into the Doctor, maybe. Yeah. I'm gonna miss Ryoko, though. I'm gonna miss Ryoko. Ryoko would be delighted to have a chance to, analyze all of it as a researcher, not as Finé, not as a priestess, but as a researcher of Symphogear. She would have the time of her life. But alas, her life is no more. Yeah, we have to deal with that somehow. So, you guys, you tell me down in the comments, what did you think of this episode? What did you think of my reaction? What do you think of my theories? What did you have for breakfast today? Tell me whatever you want to tell me. Especially, comments will be helpful because I released episode 13 of the first season of Symphogear today, publicly on YouTube, and YouTube somehow deleted all the comments. There were 3 comments under this video, left by my Patreons. And now they're no longer there because YouTube deleted fuck you, you don't get any comments. They're still in my notifications, I can still read them, but they don't show up in YouTube Studio, they don't show up under the video. Beats me why. YouTube being YouTube. Fuck you, Susan. Leave a like if you like this video, leave a dislike if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. If you don't tell me what was wrong with this video, I can't possibly make the next one better. So, you know, logical. Join my Discord server. If you want to talk spoilery stuff, don't talk spoilers in the comments again, I beg of you. Talk spoilers on my Discord, because Discord has spoiler tags, so you can join it, it's open to everybody, completely free. And there is a Symphogear channel, and you can talk with fellow Symphogear fans about Symphogear stuff. If you really like what I'm doing, you can support me on Patreon, link in the description. For $10 a month, you get early access to Symphogear. By the time you're watching this on Patreon, by the time you're watching this on YouTube, episode 3 will already be on Patreon, or will be shortly uploaded there if it's not there yet. And for just $1, you get access to a special role on my Discord server. That role gives you access to a special channel where you can see some sneak peeks and some other stuff that only my Patreons should see. Subscribe to the channel, that's it, another thing. If you want to be notified of future releases, not only Symphogear G, but also Tokyo 24 Crew, we still have one episode left of that. Arifureta Season 2, we also have one episode left of that. And anything else that's coming out. On the 3rd, I will have a live stream, so for me it's tomorrow. If you're watching it on YouTube, it was almost a week ago. A live stream talking about what's coming the next season, what we'll be watching. We'll watch some, trailers and stuff and decide. So the schedule for spring 2022 isn't quite decided yet. If you're watching it on YouTube, it might be decided, so check out my channel to see what I'm watching. That would be the best way. Share this video with people who you think would enjoy it. Share it in Symphogear Discords, on Symphogear subreddits, on Symphogear forums, on Symphogear, I don't know, Telegram groups or whatever. If you know someone who would enjoy it, share it. They will be happy because they will enjoy it, and I will be happy because I get a new viewer. Everybody benefits here, and you will be happy because you made your friend happy. How cool is that? 3 people benefit from you sharing my video, right? Okay, I think that's it. I'm done shilling. That's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Cheers! And here's yet another thing you get as a Patreon. You get to be in the credits of every single episode of mine.